Hey, this is Andrew with 11 Trees. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of new capabilities in Annotate Pro around handling multiple libraries. This was a big goal for us. We've now released, as of September 2017, released equivalent functionality across our Chrome extension and Microsoft Word 2016 add-in. So I'm going to show you Annotate Pro here in Google Chrome using a Google Doc, but I could be in Canvas, the LMS, or Google Classroom, or just about anywhere you can type into a web page. You can use our extension. So classic use case here would be adding comments to a document. Just as a quick reminder, I've got the Annotate Pro context menu that I can zoom through each of my categories in the active libraries that I've got going. And if I choose a comment, it'll be added instantaneously, and I can of course modify that just by typing. At that point, it's just plain text on the page, and I can edit it to personalize to suit the student. The other way to interact, and I'm going to hotkey in a comment here using Option Command M on my Mac, and then Alt A on a Mac or PC will pop open the Annotate extension, and it'll drop me right into the search area. Now I do have favorites, and if I hover over these favorites, I will see the text contained therein, so I could click one of those buttons to add a comment, but you'll drop into initially full text search, and I can just start typing, find a comment, and add that to the document. Very cool. So let me go back to the pop-up and show you the change. All of that's pretty standard experience that we've had now for a number of months. The change is around editing and adding multiple libraries. So right now I'm using the College Edition, our 100+ comment library of feedback that covers a lot of the general writing skills that any high school or college instructor would want to be giving feedback on. And I've also got a free library, or the library that was created when I created my account, running at the same time. Watch the size of the scroll bar here. When I uncheck College Edition, the scroll bar gets a lot shorter because there's only one favorite in this first library. If I check College Edition, it pulls back in all of the College Edition comments, and the favorites and the searchable library grow. So this drop down at the top, it'll remember your choices, but that's how you get at multiple libraries. Now, I'm going to edit here and drop into the Manage Libraries experience. I can keep this tab open, edit my library, go back to a Google Doc or wherever I'm using Annotate, and all the changes that I've made will automatically be available. So the first step here in Manage Libraries is to choose from my list of active libraries. But the other piece to this whole library sophistication that we've created is the ability to add additional libraries. So when I click this Activate Libraries button, I will see three groups of libraries. Ones that I've created, and this toggle that we use quite a lot will show me whether it's an active library or just available to be used. So I'm going to check off the sample library. Then I've got libraries that are shared with me or that I've licensed from 11 Trees. So the College Edition is one of those. And what I've mocked up here is that I'm perhaps teaching at an institution that has defined a first-year writing library that is also available. And then the third group is libraries that I can license from 11 Trees. And so we've got presentation skills coming. So this is a little bit of a mock-up, but I'd be able to walk through a licensing path here. So I've made my choices. Each time I check one of those little toggles in the background, my account was updated. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this. The page refreshes. Now I've got 4 libraries to choose from. And editing, in fact, I'm going to show you the College Edition because it illustrates both content that was defined or authored by someone else and content that I have authored mixed together. So I'm still on the same page here. At the top, I see the library details, so the name of the library, description, whether it's selected, whether Google Translate is available. You can read about this on our support pages in greater detail. All of these panels collapse, so let me just shrink the library overview and get to the meat of the content here, which is the groups and the comments within a group. So as I click on a particular group, I will see over here all of the comments in that group. Now, as of September 2017, you cannot yet sort these groups or the comments, and we certainly recognize that that's going to be an important capability, and we'll be working on that in October and into November so that you can just drag and drop the groups to put them in the order that you would like. The difference here on the left, if you notice, between the regular font groups and this last bold-faced group is that I authored this last one. The previous groups are part of the core college edition library, which I've licensed, so I can't edit their names. Although if I go to grammar, I can extend, which is the word we like to use, that these libraries are extensible. I can extend this library by both flipping a comment to my own version, and I would just change default here to custom, that toggle. This is already defined as a favorite, so these little toggles are giving me some options. And if I click update, I'll refresh, and actually if I go to the right-click library, I was in grammar, and so I should see there's the custom comma button. It's a favorite, so it's promoted to the top level, but it'll also be within the grammar list. I can also extend this library by adding a new comment to this group. So this is a group that I didn't author, but I can extend it with, you see a lot of blah blahs in my examples here. I'll make this a favorite as well, just so it pops up to the top. And when I right click, come over to grammar, I've got new comment to group. So if I went back to my actual document where I was creating feedback, add a comment, popped open, annotate, typed blah, I'll see a couple of different blah blahs, and with one tap I can add that comment. I can edit it to suit. Nice little trick in Google Docs is if you space and then tab, you don't have to reach for the mouse because your focus will be on the comment button. So you can go ahead and space bar and the comment is added. So that's the back and forth of editing. Also from this core manage view, I can create a new library or a new group for an existing library. So really this view right here is giving you a lot more flexibility and creativity than you had a month or so ago. And again, the experience is very similar in Microsoft Word. Create another video for that certainly, but experience is very similar. And just to emphasize the point here, all of the work that I'm doing on my library would be immediately available if I were to flip over to Microsoft Word and use our Word app to add comments and inline text to a Microsoft Word document. So thanks for checking out the new features. Feedback is very welcome, either in the comments on this video or via email or on Facebook. And we'll look forward to hearing from you and getting your feedback and thoughts on how to improve this very new functionality.